I've been obsessively studying the biggest trading channels on YouTube for the past 6 months, and what I notice is that the ones that are getting millions of views, they're not doing anything special and they're certainly not the best traders. What they're doing is they're simply avoiding these 7 critical mistakes that are killing trading channels, and in this video I'm going to reveal what they are and how you can avoid them. Now look, this isn't going to be some post consistently video that you've seen 1,000 times already. These mistakes are specific to finance and trading content, and they're absolutely killing channels in the space. So if you're serious about building a profitable trading channel, pay attention, because I'm going to start with small mistakes that lose viewers within the first second, all the way up to business level mistakes that can kill your entire operation. Mistake number 1 is the hook killer. Now this mistake makes viewers click away faster than the market can hit your stop loss. Here's what's happening. You start the video and immediately jump into a bunch of technical terms that only experienced traders understand. For example, welcome back. Today we're looking at the RSI divergence on the 4-hour time frame with confluence from the 200 EMA and a potential rejection at the 0.618 Fibonacci level. And click, you just lost 70% of your audience in the first 15 seconds. And here's the problem. New traders, they click on the video, hear a bunch of technical jargon, they feel like it's too complicated, and then they click away. And even the experienced traders, they want to be eased into it. They don't want to start with that sort of stuff immediately after clicking the video. I analyzed dozens of successful trading channels and I noticed a pattern. The ones that had the highest retention, they didn't start with technical analysis, they started with stories, outcomes, or simple statements that anyone can understand. So instead of RSI divergence analysis, they might start with something like, I just caught a 300 pip move using this one simple pattern. And instead of Fibonacci retracement levels, they might start with something like, this hidden level just saved me from a $2,000 loss. The fix is simple. Start by telling them why they should care and then work backwards with the technical explanation. Hook them with the result and teach them the process. Mistake number 2, the algorithm killer. Now this is where people fall into prediction addiction, and this is what makes YouTube think that your channel is clickbait spam. Here's what's happening. Every video you make a prediction. For example, Bitcoin to 100K, Ethereum crash incoming, this altcoin will 10x, etc. And YouTube notices that when these predictions don't come true, people stop watching your channel. The algorithm tracks everything. For example, if you predict that Bitcoin will reach 100K next week, but instead it falls 20%, viewers feel deceived and they will stop watching your content, and this will make the algorithm think that your content is low quality. Now this type of content can work, but I would only recommend it if you have a win rate that is higher than 90%. Simply because even if you had a win rate of 80%, people remember the times that you're wrong more than they remember the times that you're right. And this 20% that you're wrong would severely damage your channel. Here's what successful trading channels do instead. They focus on process and education rather than predictions. So instead of Bitcoin to 100K, they'll make videos like how I analyze Bitcoin for potential breakouts. And instead of crash incoming, they'll make a video like 3 signs I watch for market reversals. The difference is subtle but massive. One makes you look like a storyteller on the side of the street, and the other one makes you look like a professional trader. Mistake number 3, the click killer. Now this mistake is costing you 80% of your potential clicks. So picture this, you open up YouTube and you see 20 trading videos in a row and they all have a TradingView screenshot as their thumbnail. So which one are you going to click on? Probably none, right? Because none of them stand out. Here's what most trading YouTubers don't understand. Your thumbnail isn't there to show your analysis. Your thumbnail is there to create curiosity. The job of the thumbnail is to make people think, I need to know what is happening inside this video. The best trading thumbnails I've seen combine 3 visual elements. 1 is an emotional reaction image of the creator, 2 is a visual element that sparks curiosity, and 3 is short text that opens a loop rather than closes one. For example, instead of a thumbnail that says Bitcoin analysis, use one that says this changes everything. Instead of support and resistance, use the levels that nobody's watching. But here's an advanced technique that most people miss. Your thumbnail and your title should work together to create a curiosity gap. The thumbnail should make them curious and the title should deepen that curiosity without satisfying it. Mistake number 4 is the retention killer. Now here's the brutal truth. If your audio is bad, then nothing else matters. It doesn't matter if you have the best trading strategy in the entire world. If people can't stand listening to you, they're gone. And in the trading space, this is critical because a lot of people watch while they work, while they trade, or while they multitask. If they have to strain to hear you, or if there's background noise, they'll click away immediately. The most common audio mistakes I see in trading channels are 1, recording in a room with hard surfaces that create an echo, 2, inconsistent volume levels, 3, background noise from like traffic or the air conditioner, and 4, using the built-in mic on your camera or your computer. Another is mouse sounds. Now I know this sounds disgusting, but when you're watching a 15-minute trading video, every tongue click, every lip smack, and every breath becomes magnified. Your viewers notice it subconsciously and it makes them uncomfortable. The fix is simpler than you think. 1, get a nice USB microphone. It doesn't have to be $500, even $100 is good enough. 2, record in a room with soft furnishing. And number 3 is use an AI audio tool such as Adobe Podcast or Auphonic to remove the mouse sounds and normalize the volume, but make sure you use this very lightly so that your voice doesn't sound artificial. Now if you're still with me, I know this sounds super time consuming and complex, so click the link below if you want to make higher quality videos without spending hours and hours doing scripting and editing, etc. Mistake number 5 is the conversion killer. Now this is why you're getting views but not making any money. Now here's what most trading YouTubers do for their call to action. If you like this video, smash the like button, subscribe for more content, click the link below to see my offer, click the other link to see my affiliate link, and I'll see you in the next one. Now there's been studies on this, but a call to action works best if there's only one. If there's too many, the viewer gets subconsciously confused and they end up doing none of them. So if the purpose of one particular video is for it to be a mass appeal video and grow your channel, tell them to subscribe at the end of that video. If you have another video that's meant to be more a purposeful sales video, tell them in that video to click the link below to view your offer. Another mistake is mentioning your offer in the most boring way possible. For example, oh, by the way, if you're interested, there's a course below, you can click on it and buy if you want. Would you buy something from that? Probably not, right? Here's what the successful trading channels do. They make their call to action feel like an extension of the value that they just provided, and they create scarcity and urgency. They also handle objections before people even have them. For example, instead of I have a course, try something like, now everything I just showed you is part of a complete system I use to identify high probability setups. I've taught this exact system to over 500 traders and 73% of them are now profitable. But here's the thing, I only open enrollment twice a year and the next cohort starts Monday. If you want to join, there's a link below, but the spots are limited. See the difference? One sounds like an afterthought and the other sounds like an opportunity that the viewer cannot afford to miss. Mistake number 6, the algorithm confusion. And this is where you're confusing the YouTube algorithm so it doesn't know who to show your videos to. So here's what's happening. One day you post about Bitcoin, next about Forex, then about futures, then a day in the life in Thailand, and then a video about personal finance. YouTube's algorithm is trying to figure out who your audience is, but you keep changing the subject. So it shows Bitcoin videos to Bitcoin people, Forex videos to Forex people, and personal finance videos to personal finance people. But none of these audiences overlap, so none of them subscribe or watch any of your other content. So the end result is that you're basically starting from zero every single video. The most successful trading channels, they focus on one area and they go deep. They become known for one thing. Craig Pekoko is known for live day trading, Ben Felix is known for evidence-based investing, and Graham Stephan is known for real estate and personal finance. The fix is to pick one lane and dominate it. You can always expand later, but you need to establish your identity and your core audience first. Mistake number 7, the business killer. Now this is where people fall into a content trap, and it's the #1 reason why most trading YouTubers never build a real business. Here's what happens. You start making YouTube videos, you start getting views and subscribers, and all of a sudden you think, I'm a YouTuber now. You focus all your energy on making videos, getting more views, and growing your subscriber count. But here's the problem. You're building someone else's business, not your own. YouTube controls your audience, it controls your reach, and it decides how much money you make from ads. The most successful trading YouTubers understand that YouTube is just the top of their funnel. It's how they attract people, but it's not how they make money. They use YouTube to drive people to their email list, their Discord server, or their coaching programs. They build their own audience that they control, and they build their own products that generate real revenue. The fix is to treat YouTube like a marketing channel and not a business. Each video should have a specific purpose beyond getting views, and they should be used to get people into your ecosystem where you provide more value and build real relationships. Now here's the thing, I've just given you 7 ways to transform your trading channel, but knowing about these is only half the battle. The other half is implementing these fixes consistently. If all this sounds too hard, we have a YouTube optimization service where we basically do everything for you. We do the idea generation, to the scripting, to the video editing, to thumbnails, to YouTube SEO, and the posting. So then in that case, all you would have to do is filming. Click the link below to learn more, and I'll see you in the next one.